In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you how to sell your house at the highest price per square foot possible. Every time, guaranteed. It is very simple. Now, my name is Connor Steinberg. This is the Investor Army YouTube channel, and I thank you for coming here today because I have a great topic, right? Many people are out there trying to rehab houses. They've been watching HGTV. They decide they want to get into the real estate world. And what happens is they get in. And then they spend a whole bunch of time trying to figure out the business. One of the biggest things they waste time on is what type of design or what type of layout or what type of finish out do they choose for their rehabs? Should we go with light colored floors or dark colored floors? Should we go with beige paint or gray paint or white paint? What color granite? What type of appliances? They waste a lot of time trying to make these decisions. And they usually pick the wrong decision. Now, I'm not just picking on new investors. Over the past year, traveling around the country, speaking at all sorts of different cities, I ran into a lot of people that I thought knew what they were doing, people that have been in business for 10, 15 years, and it completely blew my mind when I realized people still just don't know what they're doing. So I'm going to show you right now how to make sure to know what to put in your house so that every single time that you're selling your house at the top of the market, the answer is already there for everybody in every individual market. I don't even need to be there to tell you what the answer is. Now, every market's going to be different, but this is how you figure it out. So just recently, I was in Jamaica with some top investors, and one of them was like, Connor, I heard you're killing it out there in Dallas. Well, next video is on how to be humble. But I was like, well, we're doing good. We're doing pretty good. And he's like, well, what are you doing to make your houses sell above market value, or at least at the top of the market? I was like, what do you mean? I'm doing what you're doing. And he looked at me confused. And he was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? How could you possibly be doing what I'm doing when I'm in a different market than you, and you haven't seen any of my houses, and you don't even know what we're doing? And I looked at him confused, and I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Right? You should be doing what I'm doing, right? We should all be doing the same thing. And then I kind of had this epiphany that maybe people aren't just doing the most common sense thing, which is what I thought was common sense, was studying the comps. Now let me explain. Every market you're going to have a certain amount of houses that are getting sold every month. We want to sell our house at the highest price that a house can sell it. That makes us the most money. If we are not, we are losing money, and this is called a phantom loss. So say you could have put different materials in your property and sold it for $150, but you chose to go with brown tile and black accent tile or whatever you did because you thought it looked good and you thought people would like it, and then your house sold for $135,000. You really had a $15,000 loss compared to what my company and my business would be doing and what other experienced investors are doing. So the goal with this channel is to help all you out there learn how to save time, stop losing money that you don't know you're losing, and make more profits at the end of the year. So here's what you do. Here's how to guarantee that you're selling your house at the top of the market every time. Start with the neighborhood you're in. If you bought a house in this neighborhood, go pull the comps. Pull them. Go to the top 3 comps in that neighborhood or in that little pocket that you're working in. Create some type of Excel spreadsheet or even a Word document or even just a napkin. It can be anything. And go through. And we're going to rank these properties. We're going to rank them on what color and grade of granite they have. What type of floors do they have? Are they dark or are they light colored? Are they laminate or are they hardwood? What color paint scheme are they using? Are they using the gray tones or are they using the beige tones? Or did they just go with a white? Or did they go with something unique that stands out like a light yellow? A lot of people are using a faded out canary type of yellow paint, and they're getting a really high price per square foot because not everybody wants to have a house that looks like the neighbor's house. Every market's different. So we go through and we check off every box. Then we go and look at the second house. We go through it, look at all the variables, all the choices that that investor made. Remember, these are the houses that are sold at the highest price per square foot in that market. Do that for those 3 houses. Now back out about a mile, right? Move out a little bit. Go into a neighboring area that's a market close to your market. So yes, you can have a large market. Like in Dallas-Fort Worth, we can call it the Dallas-Fort Worth market. That encompasses like 50 cities. Then we can talk about on a city level that being a market. Then we can talk about breaking those markets down into smaller markets. Literally, you could have a market within a market talking about just a neighborhood. Sometimes things change. So what we're doing is we're going to try to find a similar sub-market just like ours. So houses that kind of look like ours, that are the price point that ours are in, and are in the similar income range, right? We go pull 3 more houses. We do the same thing. We graph it and chart it. Well, they're selling with white cabinets, stainless steel appliances, black and white granite, darker laminate floors, and they're all using this type of paint color scheme, right? So we're using the same tracking to track all these properties. And what's going to happen is after you go into 4 or 5 small markets and look at the top 3 comps in each one, you're eventually going to have a bunch of them in a graph. And you're going to go through and tally up at the bottom. And you see that 9 out of 15 had white cabinets. 10 out of 15 had black and white granite. And you're going to see the commonalities of the ones that are selling at the top of market. So what did we just do? We figured out through real factual data in our own market what the highest price per square foot property is selling at. So what I just did for you now with this free video I gave you is eliminate all the headache of deciding what you want to put in your property. I see new investors all the time, even experienced investors, going through Home Depot and Lowe's like a chicken with their head cut off, wandering around. Should we go with this, or should we go with that, or should we go with... And they're making all these decisions. You only have so many thoughts in a day. Let's look at it as like this. If you only have 1,000 thoughts in a day, why waste them on pointless things that don't add value and put you closer to achieving your dream and doing more deals and making more money for your business so you can grow? You don't even need to waste the time to try to figure out what to put in your house because the answer is already there. It's just you take this a little bit of time to find out what's going on in your market, what the exact properties are selling for, and then you duplicate it, you mimic it. You go out and you say, well, most people are putting white granite and black and white, or white cabinets and black and white granite. This is the most common property in my market right now. We're using a light gray colored wall paint, darker floors, white cabinets, and white and black granite. That's it. These houses are pulling the highest comps. So why would I do anything but what's selling at the highest price per square foot? It makes no sense. So why would I even contemplate going with brown cabinets, a brown colored granite, a beige wall, when they're consistently proving that they're selling less? You may be losing $5,000, $7,000, $8,000, $10,000, depending on the size of the house, even more dollars per rehab you're doing, and you don't even realize you're doing it, and you spend a lot more time trying to figure out what design you're going to put in the house. It's as simple as this. Track your market, reverse engineer it, and do what's selling at the top of the market. There you go. Don't ever waste time trying to figure out what to pick out. This is not designer TV. We're flipping houses to make money. We're not interior designers. We know what's going to sell at the most, so just do that. So I hope this helped when it comes to trying to figure out what to put in your next rehab. So some of you are probably up right now thinking, what should we be putting in this house that we're buying? You don't even get to make that decision. It's already made for you. So if you like this video, go ahead and click the like button. Subscribe to the channel because I'm going to be putting out a lot more information like this. It's going to help your business move a lot more smoothly and make a lot more money. This is Connor Steinberg, and thank you for coming to Investor Army.